All right. Hello. Okay, so let's read our message. Good morning, 4K. What's the weather today? Hold on. There's a question mark. It's a question, but I don't want you to shout anything at me. Love, Miss Lily, Miss Melissa. So the question is, what's the weather today? And I'm going to ask if my special helper wants to go look out the window. No? Okay. Lincoln, do you want to go look out the window and see what the weather's like today? Go right over that away and let us know.
It's sunny.
He said it's sunny. I agree. I see some blue skies.
Yeah, it's windy too.
And it's windy. Oh, yes. So we have two different things we could put on our graph because Lincoln said it's sunny, which I agree. I see all blue skies. And a couple of you also said it's windy. Should we do both?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Because we're both saying it's
So sunny. And windy.
It's purple this time.
Yeah. So far on our graph, what have we had the most? Two. And what kind of weather is that?
Cloudy.
Cloudy. So far we've had the most cloudy weather this week, but we'll keep going next week and maybe something else will have the most. We'll see.
How about rain?
Now, we are talking about weather, and I wanted us to talk about some different weather words. So I have a paper here, and on this paper, I wrote some words. What I wrote was weather words. And what I want you guys to do is help me fill up this whole paper with weather words. So don't say anything yet, just think. What are some words about the weather? And I'm going to hang this up. All right, help me get lots of weather words up here on this paper, please. All right. Peyton, what is a weather word you can think of?
Rainy.
Rainy. All right, Braxton.
Sunny.
Sunny, like today. Sunny. All right, Sam.
Windy.
Windy, also like today. Down on your bottom.
Let's say.
Windy. All right, Lincoln.
Sunny and cloudy.
Yes. So we have sunny, so should we put cloudy? Okay, so if I wanted to write the word cloudy, what should I write first? Let's say the word cloudy. What letter should I write?
C.
Yeah. Cloudy. Oh, I called on Peyton, so she's the one I should be hearing. Snowy. Yes.
That's my favorite kind of weather.
That's your favorite kind of weather?
Yeah.
Snowy. Okay, Gabe. Stormy. That's my favorite kind of weather. Tilly. What is a weather word? What? Windy. Yes, we have windy right there. Windy. Awesome. Charlotte.
Rainy.
Rainy. We have rainy right there. Good. Ari. What is that colorful thing that shows up in the sky sometimes?
Rainbow.
I would say a rainbow is a weather word. Yeah, let's put rainbow. Hold on. What letter do I need to start the word rainbow? What letter is that? R.
Like rain.
Yeah, like rain. The beginning of the word rainbow is the word rain. We can take it in two parts. We could say rainbow, put it together, rainbow.
Rainbow and rain.
Aubrey.
Rainbow.
A really big what?
A really big
Breeze. Ooh, I like that word breeze. So what would be another word for breeze? You know? No, listen to my question. Another word for breeze. So like what does breezy mean?
Windy.
Yeah, like windy, right? So we could write breezy or breeze. We'll write breeze.
Like rain.
Like brain freeze, yeah. So freeze. Should we write freeze? Because that's weather. Sometimes we have a freeze. Sure. Freeze. All right. Tate.
A storm.
Yes. Storm. So what would we, if there was a storm, what things might we see or hear?
Thunder.
Thunder.
Lightning.
So we'll put thunder with stormy. What else would we hear or see with a storm? Sam? Yes, lightning. Do you know what it's called when those like balls of ice fall from the sky during a storm? Hail. Hail. What letter does that word start with? Hail. Hail might come during a storm. Yes. Lincoln? What? Frost? Yes. Frost is something that happens with the weather. Frost is like, it's, so snow comes from the clouds. Frost doesn't. When it's really cold at night and there's like moisture in the air, then the moisture kind of freezes on things. So like when you come out in the morning and you see kind of like on your car, there's like ice on your car sometimes in the morning, like the white, that's frost. Yeah.
So it's like ice.
It's like ice, but it's not snow because it doesn't fall out of the sky. It's when the moisture that's in the air freezes on things. Yeah. All right, should we just do a couple more, Ari?
Tornado.
Ooh, tornado, good one. So a tornado is kind of a dangerous type of weather, right? Yeah. What do we have to, do you know where we have to go if there's a tornado coming? Do you know the safest place to go?
House.
What part of the house?
Downstairs.
In the basement. If there's a basement in your house, that's the safest place to go if there's a tornado coming.
I have a basement.
Ooh, Merritt.
I have a basement.
Okay, Merritt's turn. Go ahead.
I forgot that.
Oh, okay. Sophia. No, they don't happen. They don't happen very often, for sure. Can't forget. Peyton.
Windy and rainy.
Windy and rainy. Yep, we have rainy and windy. Yep.
Oh.
Lincoln.
Snowflake.
Snowflakes. Okay. Snowflakes. Snowflakes. That's part of the weather. Yep.
The tornadoes mess up houses.
And they can damage houses. They don't usually pick them up. Okay, last one. All right. Do you know, so raining ice. Okay, so that is called, we could call that sleet or freezing rain. So sleet or freezing. Yes. All right, this is a lot of good weather words, you guys. Excellent. You know a lot about the weather. All right, now we are going to read a story. It's one of my faves. It's by one of my favorite authors. His name, he's actually the author and the illustrator. His name is Eric Carle. We've read some stories by him before, and I know you've heard like The Very Hungry Caterpillar. That kind of, yeah, so he's written tons of really good books. This one is called The Tiny Seed. The Tiny Seed. All right, get your listening skills working. I want you to be really good listeners, so that means your voice should be quiet, your ears listening, your eyes watching, and I don't want a lot of interrupting, okay? Just listening this time. Body's calm, yes, okay. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? Do you see the tiny seed? It's right there. Voice. There's the tiny seed. I wonder where they're all going. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up it goes. It flies too high and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Do you see the tiny seed? It's right there, it's still going. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. So there's the seed that landed on the mountain, and there's the tiny seed still going, blowing in the wind. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. Can you still see the tiny seed? Yeah, it's right there. One seed drifts onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Why can't the seed grow in the desert? There's not enough water. We talked about water is one of the important things that seeds need to grow, right? Well, we don't always need dirt, but we definitely always need water. And there is not enough water for the seed to grow in the desert. But the tiny seed is still flying.
Oh.
It didn't land in the desert.
Cute. Not the cactuses. Those can hurt. Yep.
Those are kind of pokey, aren't they? And cactuses are special plants because they don't need as much water as other plants. That's why they grow in the desert. Okay. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Do you see it?
Yeah. I cannot see it. I can see it.
It's tiny. The bird didn't eat it
Because it's so
because it's tiny. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for its lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still and the mouse does not see it. Mouse didn't eat the tiny seed. Do you see the tiny seed?
No.
It is right there.
I can see it. I
Right there.
can see it.
Oh, now it is spring. That's what it is for us here today. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full, they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. Yes. First, they send roots down into the earth. We learned about that, didn't we?
But where's the tiny?
Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up toward the sun and the air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big weed, and it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants. And that little plant dies. So this is the big weed. And do you see how the weed is kind of covering this little plant? Yeah, so this little plant isn't getting enough sun or rain, so it doesn't grow anymore. Yeah. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry. But finally, it starts to grow into a plant. So, tiny seed is growing into a little plant. Do you see him? He's right there. The warm weather also brings children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and springtime. One child doesn't see the plant as he runs along and, oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. He stepped on it. Uh-oh, it happens sometimes.
How can that happen?
The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, now even a flower. But what is happening? First, there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower.
He's picking it.
Yeah, somebody's picking the flower.
For mommy or dad.
Let's see. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend.
Oh,
Well, that's kind, right?
I like these dandelions for my mom.
It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller
It has
and
6.
taller.
It has 6.
It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. Now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Look at how big that flower is. Look at the people and look at how much taller the flower is. It has 6 leaves, yes. And bigger than the people, bigger than the dogs, bigger than the houses, bigger than the trees. Can you believe it? From the tiny, tiny seed, this giant flower grew.
Bigger than the cat.
Yeah. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower.
But where's that tiny seed?
Well, the tiny seed became the giant flower. Isn't this a beautiful picture? I love this picture.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
because that's the title.
Okay, now what's gonna happen? Now it is autumn again, autumn or fall. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground.
Who plants the new plant?
Let's see. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens, which is right here in the middle.
And it's dead.
Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail away on the wind.
The gold one's the new one.
Oh,
It's like the it's still another giant one. That's not the one. Is this almost done?
and there they go.
And then
Just like at the beginning of the story, do you remember?
yeah.
At the beginning, we first saw the seeds, the bigger seeds and the tiny seed. There's another tiny seed. And what's gonna happen with these seeds?
They're gonna grow.
Some of them are gonna grow, some of them aren't. Remember, some of the other seeds didn't. One landed in the ocean, one landed on a mountain, one landed in the desert. Those seeds didn't grow, but some of them did. And same thing will happen with these seeds. Some will grow, some will not, but it starts over again. Remember, we talked about that thing called the life cycle? It started with the seed became a baby plant, and then it got up to a bigger plant, and then it was an adult plant, and then the seeds come out of that plant, and it starts all over again. It's the life cycle of a plant. And sometimes the weather, well, I would say not sometimes, but all the time, the weather helps the life cycle, doesn't it? The wind carries the seeds, the rain helps them to grow, the sun helps them to grow. So weather is even important in helping life cycles. Excellent, good listening, friends. All right, really quickly, I know you want to get up and get going. So let's really quick make a letter V. And tell me how I do that. Sophia. Do I do curves or straight lines?
No, it's slanted.
Slanted, straight lines. Very good. How many of them?
Two.
2. I go slant down and slant up. There's my V. The lowercase?
It's
I'll-
the same but smaller.
Yes. So,
Where-
zoop, zoop.
How long is the W gonna be long?
Oh, what do you think? What comes? Oh,
3.
some of our letters fell down. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V,
W.
W. So W comes after V.
This is W.
All right. Great listening.
This is maybe.